get you the ROI from AI. And Dr. Jeff is in the building tonight.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of AI Hustle with Dr. Jeff. I am your host, Dr. Jeff, and today we will be talking about ChatGPT and its new updates with the ChatGPT Work. How does it compare with Claude Code and Co-Work, and some other useful tips on how to actually get the ROI, return on investment from AI, and how do you use AI in your business to get results, business and personal life. So with that being said, let's jump on in. And as always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to put them in the chat. This is a live interactive session. So if you have something, if you're out there in LinkedIn land or YouTube land and you want something worked up specifically for your business as an example, please put that in there. All right, so the news this week is ChatGPT has some updates with ChatGPT Work, and we're going to jump into see what that means and how to use it. It's for myself. I can only speak for myself. I have been using Claude a lot recently, and many may relate to that. I would say ever since February, probably I been using Claude more than ChatGPT. Up until that point, like December, it was like 90% or 90, I would say 85% ChatGPT. And then I would use other tools, Claude, Gemini, sparingly wherever ChatGPT might have failed, or for a second opinion, third opinion. But then after Co-Work came out in in February or end of January, February, which allowed Claude to take control of your computer, to act as your executive assistant, and really have access to your files, do work for you. That's when we saw the shift from AI is advisor to AI is agent, actually taking actions on your behalf. So that was exciting. And I've been building all kinds of solutions with Claude ever since. But ChatGPT has come back with their answer. Finally, it is July the 14th. And their answer to the co-work for Claude is work. So when you come on to ChatGPT, you have the chat side, you have the work side. You'll notice that's different. The other big difference with this, when they came out with this work side, is the 5.6 Soul. You'll see that here with the ChatGPT, 5.6 Soul. Now, these models, they leapfrog each other with who's the smarter this week. But I will say, as of right now, through the leaderboards and all of the AI industry buzz, 5.6 Soul is better. As of right now, 5.6 Soul is better. So when you go to medium and high is when you get the three different versions of it. So the three versions of the 5.6 ChatGPT, you have 5.6, you have the Terra, which is light. This is through the slide and scale at the bottom. Then in the medium, it says Soul, but it's maybe it's the three models is Terra, Luna, and Soul. So I think Soul Light is really just Luna. But then the actual Soul is the 5.6 extra high. I believe that's how it works, like behind it. But anyway, the slide and scale will allow you to get different levels of intelligence. Most people don't be good with the light or medium, because as you use more on this bar, it's going to increase your usage, compute tokens. So as much as you compute is a better word. How much you can actually use it. And for those Claude users, they'll know that, once you run out, you'll run, it takes a while for it to come back. All right. So the other thing that's different about ChatGPT Work and how it's comparable to Claude is the connectors piece. Now, ChatGPT I believe that actually had connectors before Claude, But the connectors were not very good in the beginning. They broke often. You had to keep reconnecting it. It just wasn't as functional. But now I am definitely been testing it out and using it, and they're great. And there are lots of them. So one, you have plugins on this side. So if you click on plugins on the left, and then you can search whichever one you want. So the connectors are called plugins. Gmail, Calendar, so Google Calendar, or Calendly, Calendar. So Quick Calendar, but then you also got like Google. Yeah, Google Calendar. So you got your Gmail, your Google Calendar, your Google Drive. So contacts as well. I recommend connecting those things because as you connect, then you're able to utilize it, and it can take action on your behalf. This is how you turn these tools into agents for you. And really, where we're at now at this point, it's like the three big ones: ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini. But only ChatGPT and Claude right now, this very moment today. I would feel like they're like the ease of use to get these agents. Gemini has lots of use, lots of functions, lots of things, but their Spark, which is going to be their answer to this, it hasn't rolled out to everybody yet to where you can use it to connect to everything, and it really works outside of the Google Play space, right? So back to ChatGPT. So first thing I'm recommending for everybody to use to get some wins is your Gmail, your calendar, and your Drive, if you can. If your email, whatever calendar you use, and whatever storage space you use. Now, if you're a Google space worker, which I am, is Gmail, Google Calendar, and Drive. But you might be a Microsoft site. So if you're Microsoft, then it's going to be Outlook Calendar, and Teams and SharePoint. You will connect all those things, and then you will be able to share amongst and do things. You would say, "Hey, Claude, look at my emails," or I'm sorry, "Hey, Chat, look at my emails." "Hey, Chat, look at my Drive." You can do that today for $20 a month with the ChatGPT plan if you do your connectors. A lot of people don't know about these connectors, and it is very, very important. And that is how you get the most out of this new ChatGPT Work, because you need to have the relevant context, right? If you have a agent, you have your agent working for you, whether you're using Claude or Chat. In order to get the most out of that, it has to have the relevant context. You're going to tell it some. That's prompting. That's the point of view prompting, and you're going to talk to it and not type if you can, because you're going to give it as much as possible. So that's that area. But then you have the connectors, which is going to give you your context from there, where you don't have to remember all those things. You're not going to realistically be able to tell it everything that in your in that document, everything in the file folder that you might need. So it being able to just look and see what's there quickly and actually read it all, so that it can reference it to give you reliable advice and research and help you make decisions faster. That's the beauty of the connectors. So to go back, we said the email, the calendar, and the Drive, or whatever file system. So I'm going to talk to it, and then we're going to just test out what that looks like. Hey, what's going on, chat? This is Dr. Jeff. I'm doing a live AI Hustle with Dr. Jeff, LinkedIn live. And right now we're talking about ChatGPT, and we're talking about ChatGPT Work. So I need you to do a few different things to kind of help me with this live. Right now we're testing out the connectors. So I just connected. Well, I already have them connected, but for the demonstration, I'm showing the Gmail connection, my email connection, the calendar connection, and my Drive connection, because it's important to have your email, your calendar, and whatever file system. So I want this to be real. So if you could go online, find out the updates on ChatGPT Work and how it's changed to help me with this. Then I also want you to look through my emails. Let me know what's relevant for this AI Hustle with Dr. Jeff episode, as well as my calendar for next week's AI Hustle video, or if I have anything this week that would make it relevant. And then also, when you're finished with that, you can put the report in a document and then store it in a Drive. Thanks. All right, so a lot of people still not talking to their AI. Please, please, please take my advice. Talk to your AI. You're going to get much more out of it when you're talking to it. That's the first piece. Second piece, you saw as I was when I'm talking to it, I'm actually asking it to do different things, right? So I'm asking it to do to go through my email, go through my calendar, go through and then put it together in the drive and go online. So it has to do all of those pieces, and then it'll bring it back. And you can do that with connectors, with this work piece. So while this is doing that, we'll come back to it and see, but I'm going to do a new chat, and we'll have it, because the connectors also work on the connectors work on the chat side too. So you don't have to just have the connectors on in the plugins on the work side, but the work side just does more things. So after we finish that example, I'll show you the next things that it can do there, because it's an all-in-one app. So Codex and ChatGPT Atlas, which was this browser, and the regular ChatGPT app just all got rolled up into ChatGPT like Work. So that's how it works now. So as you can see, it's reading this system and pulling all this stuff and doing these things. I want to show off the browsing, the other major feature, I would say, with the ChatGPT Work, which is when it can take over for computer use. Now the computer use is done in the app. It can also do it in Chrome though. So let's go ahead and do a new chat. We're just going to ask it, hey, can you go in Chrome and look up my LinkedIn profile and give me like the last few posts I did and give me some suggestions on that? Thanks. This is Dr. Jeff. Now, as you know, with LinkedIn, you have to like sign in. So if you ask ChatGPT beforehand or other AI tools to go and look at your LinkedIn, sometimes they're not able to get to your particular one because they need you to sign in, and that's a paywall. That's a barrier. But with this new work side, it's able to kind of get around that and successfully be able to do it. So we'll watch it grab it. Well, once again, beforehand, just wasn't very good at it as much. But now with the update and using the 5.6 a soul model, it is LinkedIn blocks this post from the procedure, so I cannot honestly claim I reviewed your latest post. Okay, thank you for being honest. I'm going to try to we're going to pull up the app, the ChatGPT app, and we're going to try that same exact prompt and see if we get better results. And I think that we will. And I will share the entire screen for that one. Okay, so now we are in ChatGPT and we're in just the app. And I wanted to use the exact same prompt as before. So I'm going to pull this back up. And then we're going to grab that prompt. And paste that in there. Let's make sure that we're still sharing for everybody to see. No, we were not. Now we are. Okay. So now we will paste this in and we will watch how it does it a little bit differently now, because now it should open up on the side panel computer use, and we'll watch it, see if it opens up the LinkedIn browser, and then be able to actually do some stuff. Oh wait, I gave it some directions that it had to use Chrome. We're gonna take the Chrome out, go in and look at it. So yeah. Now, with using Chrome, it can control and read that skill, but it doesn't have to do that. Browsing control screen, like in profile, practice. Yeah, you don't have to use Chrome. Use whatever is easiest, like the inner browser, if you need to. Okay, so those options, like, it lets you steer it, so that yeah, because it was getting ready to use the Chrome tool, because I had told it beforehand to use Chrome, but Chrome is not the best case to this. The best case for this one really is for it to use its own browser here, and it's done that. And now it'll be able to look at the last post, and it'll be able to actually work on my behalf to do what's needed. So then I can just go back and work on whatever I was doing beforehand. And so I'll go back to my other, while that's going. We'll check on that later. We're going to go back to the ChatGPT Work updates and see what it said. And it worked for 3 minutes and 32 seconds. It went through, this is when I asked it to go through my emails and the Gmail, the Drive, and go online. So it tells you its sources. It did all that. We got the connectors, and we got the AI Hustle with Dr. Jeff is next week. Tells me what I have throughout that day. Then it opened and finished the Google Drive report. So we'll go ahead and open that link up, share that tab, and this is what it created, and put it directly into my Gmail. The AI Hustle with Dr. Jeff episode, live briefing. It was prepared today. What changed with ChatGPT Work? Outcome first agent, powered by GPT 5.6. The user can delegate an outcome, not just isolated questions. This is what I want to happen at the end. Plugins and connected apps, scheduled and event-driven work, desktop execution. That's where the computer use part comes in, that we'll check on in a second. Shared workspace agents. So a founder's best process can become a reusable team capability instead of tribal knowledge. Human control approvals. So reading analysis can be fluid, while consequential actions such as sending email or changing calendar. If the old ChatGPT waited for a question and gave you an answer, the new ChatGPT Work can take business outcome, gather context from the tools where your work already lives, build a deliverable, and keep the project moving. Connectors are not a side feature. No. Email tells what is happening, calendar says when it matters, and Drive gives the source material a place when finished work. And that was just those 3 examples. We got QuickBooks for your bookkeeping. You got Monday.com or Asana for project management. You got Hicksfield and other AI tools for video. You got Stripe. You got PayPal. You got whatever you use. Whatever you use, you connect it. And then you tell it what you need, the outcome, and then see how close it can get. And then you work from there. The game is different now, y'all. It keeps on changing. This is the latest frontier. This is what ChatGPT can do. So if you're, and it did everything, 8 pages here. I'm not gonna make y'all look at it all, but I mean, this is great. This is an excellent brief from that prompt that I gave. Okay, so now we're going to go back and look and see how the computer use work, because there are many times where I needed to actually take action on my behalf. So let's see how that worked with the computer use with ChatGPT. We're gonna share the whole screen, and we're going to add to the stage. So it was able to do it. So it has the recent posts, the age, the impressions, the takeaway, and the recommendations. Build more posts around language like buried owners, yada yada. I changed the skills post opening to every client testimonial. Use 5 more tasks now. Ask 3 questions. The button is an AI skill. Nice. So give suggestions. The point of this one was I would have had to look at that manually to get these suggestions, or drag and drop, copy, paste it all, as opposed to just asking for it to go do it and then give me the outcomes from it. That's the computer use feature that it just wasn't very good before, and now it is. So this is something here. This was Tips and Tricks Tuesday 4 hours ago, and then most people chatting 5 hours ago. That wasn't like, that's against the rules. We can only have 1 post a day, so I have to figure out like what happened there and why we have those 2 posts, because LinkedIn throttles your posts when you do more than 1 per. I think it's 17 hours technically, but we'll just say 1 a day. But I don't want to I digress. Last but not least, I will be remiss if I did not talk about the image capabilities of ChatGPT. Still second to none. Well, I would say Gemini is as good as well. Nano Banana. We're going to. So Nano Banana is also very good, but in many cases, ChatGPT beats it out. So let's look and see about that. We'll do a new one. We go to the chat side. Hey, what's going on, chat? Could you please make an image for me? And I would like you to make one based off of the type of day it is. So it's like every day is like a national day of something. So what is this national day? And then how does it relate to PRISM and what we do in our mission? How do we convert that? Could you please help with that, please? And specifically make the image though. Thank you. All right. Let's see how chat makes that. And while that's going, we would like to, hold on, let's share a different tab. So I would like to also invite anybody interested tonight in the Founder to Builder workshop info meeting. So on July 25th and 26th, 9 to 1 at the at Fusion Workplace on Glen Levin in Allentown. We will be having a workshop on Saturday, 9 to 1, Sunday, 9 to 1. And what you'll be able to do, you walk in wherever you are with AI, you'll walk out with actual assets, which AI is wild things you can do, from websites to full-on musical assets, music videos, albums, funnels, IP. The list is really whatever is on your heart that you want to build for your business or your personal life, you'll be able to do that at this workshop. So tonight at 7, we'll be talking about it. So I will drop the link for that first info session, and we'll do it again on Saturday coming up. And space is limited right now. It's a 20 people limit, and right now we have, I think, 6 seats left. So 6 seats left. I wanted to also show off, like, next AI Hustle with Dr. Jeff, we're going to be talking about personal branding pages. So, this is my personal branding page, Dr. Jeff Bullock, and you can see my missions, using AI to chase 2 dreams, which one is making giving go viral, and the second one is solving poverty for everyone, starting with African Americans. So you can kind of go through there and see that. But I show this to show really what one person can do if they know how to use AI when they have a team that knows how to use AI. So check out these different things, the different businesses, the books that we have, the research, the media, the games, the virtual, the blog, to spark your own things. Because I'm sure that if you look at this page, I would ask you just use it as inspiration and for ideas for what you can do and for what might be on your heart and what you might want. So check it out, drjeffbullock.com. Now, back to ChatGPT. So let's see what we got. Nice. So today is National Tape Measure Day. Measure what matters. At PRISM, we help people in business use AI to create measurable results, save time, increase clarity, boost revenue, and reach their potential through the power of AI. Measure twice, implement with purpose. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. And that's something that that's not quite the PRISM logo, so I need to give it the brand kit for it, but this is beautiful. Look at this. It looks just excellent. It really, really does. Some wonkiness with the numbers there, but for the most part, it's great. I love the design, the tape measure, and it's National Tape Measure Day. So, yeah, it did an excellent job with this. Really, really, like, no notes, except for, I would say, the logo, but I didn't give it the logo. Outstanding. Don't forget the image piece with ChatGPT. Now, they don't have videos, so the video has been discontinued, but you can take this, and if you go to Gemini does have video. You can take that, put it over there, and then you can create a video if you need to, or Grok, Grok, Elon Musk with XAI. They have a lot of videos that you can make, and their plans are they start at $10. So I do appreciate y'all's time today. I don't think that y'all, I didn't share. Okay. So here is the picture. I don't think it was shown for the National Tape Measure Day. So if you did not see it previously, here is that. And for the Eventbrite, again, for those interested, founder to builder, you arrive non-technical, you leave a builder, guaranteed, or your money back. So that's the Eventbrite. So check it out. And then last but not least, the Dr. Jeff Bullock page. Check that out for inspiration, and you can see all the different things and whatnot. And if this is resonating with you, if this is something that you're like, hey, I want to implement AI in my business, or I need some help, don't be a stranger. You can, I got school.com, SKOOL, or LinkedIn. You can link up with me. Many, many different places. And I will be glad to have a conversation with you to see how AI can help you reach your goals. Thank you. That concludes today's episode of AI Hustle with Dr. Jeff. And always remember, be nice to yourself. Thanks, and have a great day.
Found a car engine turning off.